If you combine the words virtual reality and guns, you will probably think of a variety of games like Pavlov, Contractors, and maybe even the recent release, Bone Lab. But out of all VR games using guns, there will always be one that tops the charts in almost anything related to the world of firearms in VR. Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Handgrenades, or H3VR in short, is the 2016 passion project by Anton Hand that, to this day, is considered the overall best sandbox game if you are a gun-savvy VR gamer. It sets out to do everything right in regards to the weapons themselves, but mixes it up with a variety of different game modes or themed events. Looking for a relaxing evening while sitting on your couch sniping targets at hundreds of meters, or maybe an intense take and hold battle testing your reflexes and ability to quickly manipulate the different weapons. Or maybe you just want to live the life of Hickok 45 as you plink around in the backyard. All of this is possible, and the versatility and a solid sandbox is what makes H3VR such an amazing game. Combine these different options with a great attention to detail in regards of the manipulation of these savage sausage shooting systems, and you got yourself the perfect VR game for someone who can love even the most tedious things about a certain weapon. And even after 6 years, this game has still been getting better and better. Because you see, where most games get the love they deserve in the first couple of months after their release, or others get released in a fully finished and prepped state, H3VR is a constant bundle of development and new ideas. Over the 6 years of its existence, it has received countless updates and new game modes or themed events. With all of these updates comes a string of videos by Anton dedicated to showing the new features, weapons, and ideas he has for the future. I personally find myself eager to see the videos pop up around the weekends with the classic intro,
"Greetings! Welcome to the devlog!"
followed by the
quick sound check. Make sure speakers aren't up too high. Wonderful.
It just shows how much love goes into one of the longest running projects in my Steam library and makes you feel as if you are there for the ride as this game grows more and more with each update. Even if the new ideas come with slight bugs or mishaps, the combination of the devoted developer and solid community feedback make for an almost instant bug fixes and second takes on the newly added content to this game. I was also going to list some of the bad parts, but I personally find it hard to mention any of them in this game. Yes, it does not have the graphics of a AAA development studio, or it sometimes feels like it is lacking some kind of story, making you feel a little bit lonely. But that is not why you play this. The graphics are more than good enough for something focused on the simulation and handling aspect of firearms, and a story isn't necessary for a sandbox game in the first place. I mean, maybe the melee could be a little bit more satisfying? It's not even true. Man, it's really hard to find bad things about this game. But even something as trivial as that could very well disappear at any point in the long future of H3VR. Who knows what there is in store for this title, and we are all even less sure of what is possible while Anton is learning things crazy fast along the way. For example, he recently gave us more glimpses into new maps, new creative tools, and whole systems for you to change the way you play. I would absolutely not be surprised to find full stories created by the community down the line due to updates containing options for the player to shape what they themselves imagine to be their perfect game. The best part is that even though this is a simulation sandbox game at heart, Anton is very well aware that not everything has to be taken too seriously. From the hot dog-shaped enemies and their funny wiener-inspired voice lines to some of the insanely unrealistic weapons that somehow still coexist perfectly in this world of simulation. H3VR just lets you go out and have fun in the way that you want. It lets you go off into the wild and will not hold your hand while you explore the many different options you have to play with. It feels free and, as long as it has to do with firearms, an almost never-ending creative canvas for your own ideas that gets even bigger as time goes on. I am someone who can sit back and enjoy the smallest details like the way spent casings look. But even if you want to take it to the extreme, there is so much to do. Don't tell Valve, but you can basically play Team Fortress in VR. All of this just shows why this game will always have so much to offer, even 6 years after its initial release. H3VR is almost impossible to get bored of, as it always has more to offer when you look away from it for too long. Not to mention, it takes quite the time to go through the literal hundreds of firearms already in the game. Just like I mentioned in my previous video, there are games that set out to do basically just one certain thing, and they do it really, really well. This is by far the best example of that, where H3VR focuses on firearms and makes them the best VR guns that I have experience with. It is my go-to virtual version of shooting, and just like it never got obsolete in the last 6 years, it will always stay relevant in the future as long as Anton has his hands on it.